Chai. A cripple. Ah, a woman in a wheelchair. Me, as fine as I am, to be with a woman in a wheelchair, no matter how beautiful she is. Ah, never. Thank God I quickly saw it though. Ah, I ran for my dear life.
Before November 2022, Chioma Mbadiwe was a vibrant young woman who had just finished NYSC and was looking forward to living her life to the fullest. First, she had to dive into the labor market fast to get a good job. She had a good degree. She had studied pharmacy in the university. Her CV was ready and she had sent some job application letters online and was ready to start doing some physically. She was highly expectant. She was always on the move. She lived in Owerri, Imo State. She had always been fast. Fast at work, at school, fast at running errands, fast at life. She was ambitious, independent, and had big dreams of securing a top pharmaceutical job overseas. She didn't just want to be successful, she wanted to prove that an ordinary girl from Owerri could make it big. But one evening, everything changed. She had decided to visit some pharmaceutical companies to see if the CV she dropped had yielded any result. One moment, she was on a motorbike heading to the park, and the next, she was on the ground, staring at the sky, unable to move. People gathered. Someone was screaming. It took her a moment to realize that it was her. She heard a passerby say, Jesus! Jesus! Carry her! Carry her! Let's take her to the hospital now! Then, darkness. If you are curious to know what happened to Chioma, please like and comment. Go on. Then subscribe to support the family if you haven't already done so. Oh yeah, let's find out. Chioma woke up in a hospital bed, pain tearing through her spine. She tried to sit up, but nothing happened. Her legs, they were there, but they felt distant, like they belonged to someone else. Her mother sat by her bedside, clutching her hand, eyes red from crying. The doctor stood over her, their expressions unreadable. The doctor said, your spinal cord was severely affected. We are still running tests, but it's possible you won't be able to walk again. Choma felt a heartbeat in her throat. The room started to spin. Paralysis? No, no. This had to be a bad dream. No. Choma whispered, Mommy, please tell me that they're lying. Please, Mommy, tell me. They're lying, right? Right, they are. But her mother just squeezed her hand tighter. That was when the truth settled in. That Chioma, that was ran everywhere, danced in church, and climbed stairs effortlessly, was gone. The weight of that realization crushed her. Months turned into years. The wheelchair became a new reality. But while her family was supportive, the world outside was cruel. At home, her mother and sister treated her with love. They never made her feel like a burden. They carried her when she needed to move, made sure she was comfortable, and encouraged her daily. But the community, that was a different case entirely. One December, when she visited their hometown, she overheard some villagers gossiping about her. The first villager said, Chai, aye, see how life just spoil oh, see how her life don't scatter. She was doing fine before. What did she do to offend the gods that she is now on a wheelchair, a beautiful girl like that? The second villager laughed and said, my sister na so life be oh. She used to waka everywhere. Now, she no even fit move. Tears welled up in Chioma's eyes. She had gone from being admired to being pitied, ridiculed. People no longer saw her as Chioma, the bright, ambitious girl. Now she was just the girl in the wheelchair. Before the accident, Chioma had dreamed of working in a top pharmaceutical company, traveling abroad, and making a name for herself in the industry. But now, job applications were exhausting. Every company wanted physically active candidates. The only options? Remote jobs. She stared at her laptop screen, scrolling through job listings, frustration boiling in her chest. She thought to herself, so, this is my life now? Trapped behind a screen? She slammed the laptop shut and burst into tears. She didn't want any pity jobs. She wanted to stand in a lab, lead a research team, do something meaningful. But now, even getting to the bathroom required someone lifting her. What kind of life was this? For the first time in her life, she began to doubt if God even saw her pain. She had prayed, gone to church, done vigils, even while in the wheelchair, but no result. One Sunday afternoon, Chioma was at a trendy eatery in Owerri with her close friend Chinyere. The atmosphere was lively, with soft Afrobeat music playing in the background and warm lighting, creating a cozy ambience. They sat at a table, laughing and enjoying local delicacies. Chinyere said, Chioma, you know, this place always attracts the finest. Watch, you're about to get your number. Then, a handsome young man, dressed smartly in casual attire, approached their table with a charming smile. He introduced himself as Udoka. Udoka said, "Good evening, ladies. Mind if I join you?" I couldn't help but notice your radiant smile from across the room. Chioma smiled warmly and told him to sit. They chatted for a while. Udoka's eyes lit up as he listened to her stories. The conversation flowed effortlessly. And when the meal was over, Udoka reached for his phone to offer his number. Chioma, he said, "I'd love to continue this conversation. Can I have your number?" At that very moment, he glanced down and he spotted the wheelchair beside Chioma. His confident smile faltered and his eyes widened in shock. He stuttered, visibly unsettled. I'm sorry, I need to go. I need to go." And before anyone could respond, Udoka hurriedly gathered his things and left the eatery. The table fell silent for a bit as Chinyere and Chioma exchanged glances. Chinyere, with a sympathetic tone, said, "Omo, that was awkward though. But don't worry, Chioma, the right person will see your true beauty." Chioma's smile faded, replaced by a look of hurt and confusion. She frowned as she stared at the empty seat where Udoka had been, her eyes filled with quiet disappointment. After the meal, Chioma and Chinyere headed home. As they walked out of the eatery, Chinyere by her side, the cool night air did little to lift Chioma's mood. Chinyere gently tried to comfort her. "See, Ini, don't let it get to you. You're amazing. This is just one man." Chioma nodded silently, though her eyes betrayed the sadness she felt. Her steps were heavy as she made her way home. At home, the lights were dim. The familiar surroundings brought little comfort now. Chioma sat by the window alone and allowed herself to cry. Her thoughts raced, memories of laughter, hopes for new beginnings, and the sting of rejection mingled in her mind. Why did he run away? Chioma said to herself. What did I do wrong? She wiped away her tears and took a deep breath. Determination slowly replaced sorrow as she remembered her own worth and the divine promise that she was more than what met her eye. Chioma said softly but firmly, I will rise above this pain. God has a plan for me, and no man's fear will define my worth. One day, a compassionate woman visited the hospital when Chioma went for her monthly checkup. She was praying for patients. She approached Chioma's bedside with a warm smile. The woman said, My dear, I have something for you. If you join and you pray, your life will never be the same. Chioma sighed, her voice heavy with resignation. I've prayed, I've fasted, nothing changed. The woman smiled knowingly and handed her a phone. She said, This one is different. Let's table this matter on the fire altar. Remember, what God cannot do does not exist. Reluctantly, Chioma saved the link, perhaps out of curiosity, perhaps out of desperation, and she forgot all about it for weeks. One day, while scrolling through WhatsApp on her phone, she saw the message from the woman and decided to click on the link. She watched for a bit, saw the pastor leading prayers with a loud voice. She tuned it off after a while. She joined again the next day, watched for 20 minutes. She prayed along, and then she tuned it off again. This continued for a while. Yet, nothing happened. No healing, despite all the healing prayers. After a while, she decided to participate in the prayers fully. After all, she had the time. She kept joining, praying, and hoping. It was a Sunday morning on March 2nd. Alone at home, her mother and sister had left for church after carrying her to the bathroom. It had been 3 years since she began to sit in the wheelchair. Chioma looked into the platform that the woman had given her. The choir song filled the air until a prominent pastor took the stage via the screen, his voice rich with fire. The pastor was saying, We are stepping into the month of March and we are taking prophetic steps. Move! Her heart pounded. Did she just hear move? Move? She felt in her heart like she should move. But how could she move when she hadn't in 3 years? And then she heard it again. Move! Move from one position to the other. Move! It's prophetic, the pastor was saying. It's prophetic. Just move. But then, something stirred deep within her. A whisper in her spirit urging, Try. She shifted slowly. Then another movement followed. Something was pushing her forward. And then, with trembling determination, she stood up for the first time in 3 long years. Overwhelmed, she screamed in astonishment, staggered forward, and grabbed her phone to call her sister. She kept screaming, Come back, come back, come back home. I'm walking. The impossible has happened. Just come back home right now. Come back home. Her sister rushed home, expecting an emergency, but instead found the impossible. Chioma standing, moving, walking. By that evening, the entire neighborhood knew. By the next morning, the whole hospital was abuzz after she went for checkup. The once crippled Chioma was now unstoppable. Chioma's miraculous testimony went online and went viral. People who had once seen her confined in a wheelchair flooded the comments with exclamations like, I remember when she was in a wheelchair. This particular testimony is real. Another comment said, I know this girl. This is true. Truly, what God cannot do does not exist. Later that day, Chioma was alone in her room when her phone rang. It was an unknown number. Hesitantly, she answered. Hello, Chioma. It was a male voice, firm yet warm. The person mentioned his name as Pastor. I have seen and heard your testimony. Thank you for sharing it with the world. I, however, want you to please come to Abuja to say it live. Your testimony will impact the world. Chioma's eyes widened further as she processed the gravity of the call. The shock quickly gave way to a flood of emotions. Chioma, her voice cracking, said with a mixture of shock and awe, Abuja, me? But why are you even calling me personally? The pastor responded, the Lord has worked miracles in your life, Chioma. Your journey is a powerful testament to His grace. I have already arranged your flight, and your mother will accompany you. We need you to share your story of hope and healing. Chioma paused, her heart pounding as she glanced around her quiet room. She stepped to the window, where twilight painted the sky in brilliant hues. She said, whispering, her voice filled with gratitude and excitement, I I can't believe this is happening, sir. I'm really going to Abuja. I've never even flown before. I'm scared, but so thankful. The pastor responded, trust in the Lord, Chioma. Your story is needed now more than ever. Prepare your heart. This is the start of a new chapter of healing and inspiration. Chioma smiled as she wiped away a tear, her eyes shimmering with renewed hope and determination. She just said, thank you, Lord, and thank you, sir. Her voice quieted as the call ended, leaving her with a heart full of anticipation for what was to come. Chioma went to Abuja, gave her testimony live. The video went viral again, and opportunities opened for her. She immediately got a job. Now that she was no longer in the wheelchair, nothing was stopping her. Her family, her friends, all came together to rejoice with her, to celebrate her. She was hearing congratulations left, right, and center, and Chioma just couldn't believe that all these things were happening to her. A week after she resumed at her new place of work, Chioma's family and friends gathered in their warmly lit living room. There's joyful chatter, clinking glasses, and soft music playing in the background. Chioma stands at the center, surrounded by those who believed in her all along. Her mother said cheerfully and joyfully, Chioma, my daughter, you are a miracle. I never stop praying for you. Her best friend Chinyere said, I remember the days when we all thought all hope was lost. Now, look at you. You're walking, running, and shining like the star you are. Friends and relatives exchanged congratulatory hugs and laughter. And a close friend raised a glass. Everyone joined in. She said, to Chioma, the woman who defied all odds, may your journey remind us that nothing is impossible when faith leads the way. Chioma smiles, visibly moved, and her eyes sparkled with gratitude. The atmosphere is one of celebration, love, and deep conviction that miracles really do happen. In every dark hour, the light of faith shines brightest. Chioma's story is a powerful reminder that even when all seems lost, God's power can bring new life. new hope, and new beginnings. Let her journey inspire you to believe that no obstacle is too great when the divine is by your side. What God cannot do does not exist. Celebrate your victories, share your testimonies, and let your light shine for all to see. Thank you for watching. I am sure that you enjoyed the story as much as I enjoyed writing it. I'd love to hear from you, my friends. Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Please do not hold back. Let me know if you're one of the doubters or if you are a believer in miracles. I'd truly love to hear from you. Also, if you have story suggestion, please put it down in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hello friends, it's your personal person, Cha. Thank you for watching and for being a part of this family. Please like and subscribe for more wisdom tales. See you in the next video.